Hello! Okay, so the purpose of this video is to basically show you guys how the repeat until block works. Okay, so just like the repeat block that I showed you in class with the regular polygons and stuff, anything that's in here, so it'll do everything inside the C-shaped block a certain number of times. And the C-shaped block can also be thought of as a loop. Okay, so when this program starts the loop each time, it's going to check to see if this x is going to be greater than 5. So it's always going to check to see if x greater than 5 is true. So if this condition is true, then this whole thing will not repeat again. Okay, so this is slightly different than the if blocks that we saw earlier. So remember, if we have an if block, right? If blocks basically occur when a condition is true, but repeat until blocks will occur until this condition is true. So in other words, basically these repeat until blocks will just keep executing when these booleans are false, but then if blocks, like I showed you earlier, will keep executing if the booleans are true. Okay, well, just enough of me talking about that. Let's just see what happens if we go ahead and press the green flag. So if we press the green flag, as you see, the cat counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what I want to show you is how the cat is counting to 6. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you something here. I actually copy paste this beforehand, so I can kind of show you how this works. Okay, so again, let's just kind of write some notes on the side here. So this means when the green flag is clicked, the program's going to run. We're going to set x equal to 0. And what we have is we're going to repeat everything in here until our variable x is greater than 5. Okay, so one way that we can write this, so I'll just kind of show you here. So we're going to repeat until x is greater than 5. And if we're changing x by 1 here, that's basically the same thing as the pseudocode that I was showing you earlier. Remember the pseudocode with something like x equals x plus 1? That's the same thing as changing a variable by 1. So what I can do actually is, let's say I were to just kind of, I can put a little box here just so we can kind of see how these things are. I'll use different color actually. I'll use different color. So you can kind of see how these blocks are kind of separated. So what this says is this condition is just going to keep repeating until x is, or this is going to keep repeating until x is greater than 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and trace this. Let's go ahead and trace this. So we have some sort of idea how, again, the cat is counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, so as a recap, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So these repeat until blocks. Okay, so repeat until. So this basically says keep doing the condition until true. Keep doing it until true. Okay, so that's pretty important. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to trace this. So first, when the program starts off, we start with x equals 0. So what it's going to check is, well, 0 is going to get plugged in right here. So imagine this is a 0. So 0 is greater than 5 is a false statement. Okay, 0 is greater than 5 is a false statement. Again, these repeat until blocks will continue to execute until this is true. Until this is true. Okay, so what we're going to do is, because this is false, this repeat block, repeat until block is going to keep executing. So change x by 1 is the same thing as adding 1 to 0. So what we have is this is basically 0 plus 1 equals 1. So this is our new variable for x. So basically the program, the cat is, the sprite is saying 1 for 1 second. Then he's going to go back up, and now this is our new x that gets plugged in here. So don't forget this 1. Don't forget this 1, okay? I'm going to just slowly get rid of some of these things here. Okay. So now we have repeat until 1 is greater than 5. So is 1 greater than 5? No, that is a false statement. Okay, change x by 1. It says that we take our x, our new x, so that's going to be 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, so what we have here is now 2 is our new number. So the cat now will say 2 for 1 second. This goes back up, and we're going to keep repeating this until the Boolean here is true. Okay, don't forget this 2. I'm going to put a 2 right there. Okay. So 2 goes here. So 2 is greater than 5. This is a false statement. Change x by 1. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. Do not forget this 3. 3 gets plugged in back there. Okay. 3 is greater than 5 is a false statement. Okay, change x by 1. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 4 gets plugged in back there. Do not forget the 4. Okay, 4 gets plugged in here. Is 4 greater than 5? 4 greater than 5 is a false statement. This will execute. 4 plus 1 equals 5. 5 now gets plugged in here. Do not forget the 5. Okay, now we have 5. Is 5 greater than 5? 5 greater than 5 is still a false statement. 5 is not greater than 5. Okay, so we want to change x by 1. So we're going to do 5 plus 1. Now the cat is going to say 6 for 1 second. This comes back up here. Okay, don't forget the 6. So now what we have is we're going to repeat until 6 is greater than 5. So now, is 6 greater than 5? This is a true statement. So because this says we're repeating this until this Boolean is true, then we're going to continue with whatever statements. If we put any code statements down here, then it's going to start executing. Since we didn't put anything here, the program stops after the cat goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And that is exactly, if you see in this program, this is exactly what it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions on this. I'm going to possibly continue this in another video. Okay, bye. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to show you something else that's interesting that you can do with this repeat until statement. So let's say I were to just take this purple block here and put it below. If I were to do that now, when I press the green flag here, this cat is just going to say one number, and that one number is 6. And you would be thinking, well, why? Why was it that in the first example that I showed you, the cat said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but now this time he's saying just 6. So let's try to connect something that I have taught you guys in Unit 1 to how this relates here. Okay? So here I took a screenshot already of what this program looks like. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw a flowchart. Do you remember flowcharts that we went over in Unit 1? So this is another way that you can represent this, right? So this basically says when the green flag is clicked, we're going to set x equal to 0. So we set x equal to 0. Okay, so that's going to be our first part up here. Okay, repeat until, this is a conditional, so we have some sort of conditional here. Oops, I'm going to draw actually a diamond. This is our little conditional, and this is x is greater than 5. Okay, so basically what we're going to do, so repeat until x is greater than 5. So remember what we said earlier. If these booleans are false, so in other words, what we have is if this is false, or in other words, no, right? Then we're going to add 1 to x, or another changing x by 1. So add 1 to x, right? So this is basically x equals x plus 1. Same thing that I showed you earlier. Okay. Now what we do is, if the condition is false, it's going to come back up here, and it's going to plug it back into this until we get something that's true. So basically what this says here is that we're going to repeat this, this conditional until x is greater than 5. So when x is greater than 5, so this would be yes. So if it's going to be true, then we're going to display our final result. So what we have here is we're going to display x. We're going to display x. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of trace this. Okay, so we set x equals to 0. Okay, we're going to repeat this conditional until x is greater than 5. So let's plug in 0 into here. Is 0 greater than 5? No. So it's going to go here. Add 1 to x. So what we have is we're going to do 0 plus 1, right? 0 plus 1, and that will give us 1. So now it comes back up here, and it's going to put a new number in here. So now we have 1. So is 1 greater than 5? 1 greater than 5 is a false statement. We're going to add 1 to x. So 2. Bring that back up here. Now 2. It's here. Is 2 greater than 5? No. 2 is not greater than 5. We're going to add 1 to x. So 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Bring this up here. Now 3 is our new number. Is 3 greater than 5? No. Add 1 to x. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Come back up here. We have 4. 4 greater than 5? No. Add 1 to x. So we do 4 plus 1 is 5. Bring this back up here. Is 5 greater than 5? 5 is still not greater than 5. So we're going to add 1 to x. So this is 6. Come back up here. And now we have 6. Okay. Now is 6 greater than 5? 6 is greater than 5. So that's going to be a true statement. Display x. The program will display 6. So that's why, in this case, when we put the purple block underneath, as you see, the cat just says 6. Okay? All right. So let me know if you have any questions on that. Okay? Bye.